Alright, so welcome. I needed to do this. We have to do an update. I didn't post a video yesterday for Friday because Friday's trading session was absolutely horrific. I have the video and I told myself there's no way I'm posting this. There's no way I'm posting it. It was so bad. So I just needed to, take a break and get my thoughts together to collect what I'm about to say to you guys and explain what happened so I can, think properly, etc., etc. So obviously we had 150K and a 25K on Friday. Are funded. We blew the 25K funded, and we also blew the 150K eval. On the excuse me, on the eval though, we probably only had like, why isn't this working? We probably only had like $250 buffer left. Not 250, but like $2,500 buffer left, maybe even like 1,500. I took a trade in Asia session. I was up about 2,500, but I wanted to get back to break even, like specifically break even instead of being down 500 on the account. I wanted to get back to break even. We needed the extra $500, so we needed 3K. Price reversed. Ended up closing for about $1,500 profit, and then obviously tried to get the 1,500 back, and then just lost it. So that's what happened. So I want to go over what happened on Friday morning New York session though, which is what is important. So we're gonna go to FX replay. What is this? This is Wednesday. Why did it bring me back here? So we want to leave, and then we're gonna go to 15-minute time frame FX replay, and then go back to 9 a.m. So this is what I saw during New York session. We had a very clear low right here, very clear low. Obviously price is extremely bearish, just respecting bearish PD array. So I was very bullish coming into the morning, and this is at 9 p.m. so I saw that so this is at 9 a.m. so I saw that we had this 15-minute candle, this 15-minute fair value gap that was being traded into, right? That was being created. Also had LR being generated right here, and then a very, very obvious low. So this was my only target coming in to the morning, right? So if we play price, now we want to select this bar. Now, price opens up, we immediately tap into this 15-minute gap. We immediately tap into this 15-minute gap right off the open. I'm like, this is perfect. I see we have this 2-minute gap right here, right? I do not have access to a 30-second chart. There is no inverse gap on the 1 minute. This was the best I could get. It's small, but I had a great draw on liquidity, so I wasn't too worried about the fair value gap per se, right? Now, here's what happened, and here's what happened verbatim, everything, right? So boom, market opens, we manipulate into that gap. I see we leave behind that 2 minute, and then we're gonna play this at normal speed on the 2 minute, and then boom, right, hold on, and then boom, right there, this happens. Now, as you guys know, this candle is printing in real time, and I told myself pre-market that I'm not even going to wait for an inverse. I know that this is going to immediately rip down, and I told myself I'm not going to wait for an inverse. Why? Don't ask me why. I literally said this in the video. I'm like, I don't know why I did that. I don't know why I'm doing that. But I entered based off the volume. Bottom ticked this shit perfectly, bro. Stop loss was right above this fair value gap. Obviously, I was expecting more volatility, so I wasn't too worried if we did go up and come up here somewhere. But I was expecting after we came down that we would immediately dump. So I entered, bottom ticked this shit, targeted right there, 3R. Anywhere else, this is a nice trade. But I entered, the candle probably had 1 minute 45 seconds left till close, and this is how it closed. Closed like that, and then the next candle, I'm pretty sure I stopped at the very tip of this candle, and then very next candle, boom, right? Now, this right here should have been the candle that we entered on, because we inversed the fair value gap. But then, as you guys can see, this setup is no longer valid because we swept an internal low prior. We swept an internal low along with inversing the gap. So should not have taken any trades, and I already knew that price was going to be really bad coming in to the day. Took this really bad trade. I was also oversized in it as well. So I had about 2 minis at this. I had like 2 minis all the way down here. 2 minis all the way down there. Let me see. What is that? It's a lot of fucking money, bro. We're on MNQ. But, so 2 minis at the very bottom of this shit right here. It's going to be a lot of fucking bread, bro. $3,000. So obviously, boom, first account gone right there. 25K gone right there. And if we play this a little bit more, I'm like, fuck, bro. Like, that was the worst trade ever. That was the worst shit ever. And then I see that right here. We get another 1 minute gap, and I'm like, dude, my accounts are already fucked, bro. So I took another short right there, and I took another short right there. And then, as you guys can see, you already know how it plays out. Everything just ends up losing. Boom. Hard stopped right there. We stopped out all the way up here. All the accounts are gone. Just the worst day ever. So recently, like this week, there's a guy on Twitter I be looking at and stuff. He struggles with being able to read price action. He struggles with being able to know when market conditions are poor. He takes overall poor trades. Not because he's undisciplined like I am, but because of the fact that he just doesn't know any better. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't identify the things that makes a bad trade a bad trade. He doesn't identify when price action is going to be bad pre-market as well. But I do. For some reason, I still continue to do the same things. So there's a goal that I'm working towards. And, you know, I'll just never get there if I continue to do these same things. I do have, you know, I'm fortunate enough to not have to worry about money for real, because, you know, it's just what I do. You feel me? But it doesn't make it any better that, you know, I keep doing shit like this. So that is what happened on Friday. That is the worst trading day I've had. So to combat everything, I told myself pre-market that I was going to enter prior to the inverse gap, and that's exactly what I did. So I realized that I typically tell myself one thing, and then I'll do whatever I say pre-market, regardless, like, how stupid it is, and I just can't seem to stop myself. So to combat this, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to tell myself, like, what we're going to do. I'm like, we're going to wait for this closure. We're going to do that. And to keep me accountable, I'm going to start doing longer form content as well. These videos are going to go from being 13, 15, maybe 20 minutes long to being like an hour and a half long, depending on how long our trading session is. You know, something's got to give. You know, there's things I want, and I'll never get those things if I continue to trade like I have only been trading for 6 months, and I've been trading for 4 years, and I read these markets very effectively, very proficiently, and, you know, I'm actually very great at reading price action, predicting where price is going to go. I'm great at picking trades, what's going to be a great trade, what's going to be a bad trade. The problem is that even when I know something's fucked up, I still do some fucked up shit. And then I'll be mad about it for the rest of the day. But I'm like, dude, I mean, I know I did some fucked up shit, and I knew prior to me even clicking buy or sell. So that's what separates me from, you know, a bunch of the idiots out here and stuff. But you know, I try to be transparent on this YouTube. This is really just a journal for me. You know what I'm saying? Eventually, one of these days, I'll start making like actual YouTube videos, and once I get to that point, then that's how you know that, like, you know, I really made it, when I just start making YouTube videos like day in the life of a day trader or some that shit like that. But either way, if anybody who watches this video, if anybody's struggling through the same things, I don't look at the comments ever. I'm not really on YouTube unless I'm posting a video. But I do have a Twitter. I'm going to show you guys because I'm not going to edit this video at all. But I do have a Twitter, and it is cgjuulzz. So that is my Twitter. I'm very transparent on my Twitter. If anybody ever wants to keep up with me, that's where like everything goes, is on my Twitter account. And then the same thing for my Instagram as well. My Instagram is cg.trades. So yeah, with that, we're just gonna keep going at it, man. We do have a 150k, and then another, we have a 150k, and then we have a 25k. Okay, I guess I haven't purchased the 25k yet. Okay, we're not going to purchase the 25k because we already have a 150k. So we only have a 150k right now. And, you know, dude, I'm just so great at what I do. But, like, this has always been a problem my whole life, bro. I just wake up, roll over, do some dumb shit, bro. In school, do some dumb shit. In my career, just doing dumb shit, bro. In my life, I just always just been doing dumb shit. And now when it comes to my passion, my love, I still resort to doing dumb shit. You know, how do you combat this? You know, I go to the gym every day in the morning. You guys can obviously see I'm well built. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have like a very undisciplined lifestyle. I guess I do. I have an undisciplined lifestyle. But, you know, shit, I'm only undisciplined when it really comes to these charts, for real, bro. And this is the thing I care most about. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? Woo-de-woo. You feel me? I'm yapping, bro, because I don't want to be alone. I have nobody else to talk to about these things, man. Like, all of these thoughts are always just shelled inside of my body. They don't ever go anywhere. They always just stay right here in my body. So, I use YouTube as a source to be able to spread awareness about you know, all the struggles that we go through, because I'm not the only person going through this, bro. Everybody that's on this journey has struggled with themselves at some point. And if they don't do it anymore, everybody will always resort to an internal battle with themselves. So all I'm trying to do is I'm trying to stop it. So if anybody has any tips about how to stop it other than don't do it, you'd be lying to me, because there's no other fucking way to do it other than just don't fucking do it, bro. So niggas can't tell me, hey, go to the gym. Nigga, I do. Niggas can't tell me to do nothing, bro. It's all me, bro. That's the problem, is like every time I post on my Instagram and stuff, niggas are like, oh, watch this video. Watch this video. Bro. Like, I don't know how to explain this without like sounding crazy and shit, but like, I don't struggle with like identifying a good trade or not. I don't struggle with identifying what a bad trade is. I don't struggle identifying price action. I'm very proficient at ICT concepts as well. I don't need any of it. It's just like a battle with myself at this point. How long will it take for me to overcome myself? Maybe one of these days I'll turn this shit into an edit. I'm gonna make an edit right now. So whenever I make it, I can turn this shit into an edit. I don't know how long it's going to take me to overcome this battle with myself, but best believe I'm going to fucking do it. Don't know when, but I know how. And I'm going to fucking do it. We plan on making this change, bro, come Monday, bro. Come Monday. That's why I'm doing the long form content, so I know that I'm under a microscope at all points in time, bro. We're going to do this shit. Togi said he can get to the moon. The nigga said he can't. He said factually I could. That's gonna be the edit. That right there that's gonna be the shit. But like either way, I'm gonna get up with y'all boys. You know what I'm saying? Hey, if anybody who's been tuned in, bro, nobody's been tuned in for real. But make sure y'all gonna tap in. Y'all gonna know for sure. Peace.